Okay, so these two ladies is getting their ends clipped, and I want y'all to peep the difference between the two ladies that's cutting their ends. I would prefer the one at the top to clip my ends. The one at the bottom is obviously cutting way too much hair off. The one at the top is doing like a shear clip, where you just slightly clip those ends, like the ends, going for the ends. Not even, it's not even, but she's aiming towards the dead ends in a diagonal cut. I feel like she's doing it right, but you got those hairstylists that just likes to clip off too much hair. And yeah, I just, like I said, I like the way the lady at the top is doing the ends. If I was about ends clip, I would definitely have to go to a stylist and actually see how they clip in a lady's hair. And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pick who I want to clip my ends, because y'all, like I said, these women be doing too much, and you kind of feel like you gotta question them when you're cutting too much of your ends off, and you're like, hold up, what's wrong? Why'd you cut my ends like that? But turns out, but this ain't the only one. The only client of hers that I've seen that she clipped off way too much end. Most of them ends wasn't, dead ends, if that's what you want to call it. But so there was another girl that she clipped off way too much of her ends. Neither of her clients looked happy or satisfied. It looked like they had a problem. But honestly, so I actually noticed with the title of her video. So her mom said, just cut as much as you need to cut that part. That part, I would question, like, hold up, this girl in the chair. It's too many times we have been so blindfolded as teenagers, and we sitting there blaming it on a barber. But even though the barber and, obviously her mom both need checked, because if I'm going to a barber shop, but you paying a barber to cut my hair off, I'd rather just, do my hair myself. I'm not going to that shop. I'm thinking I'm going to the shop, getting my hair done the way I want it done. It turns out y'all got other plans for me. Does my opinion not matter? These kids need a choice, a chance, give them a choice, and no matter whatever happens, happens. It's their hair, they do what they want to. It should be up to them rather than up to you. So yeah, that's just like I look at all that, but yeah, to your face, you can just tell how disappointed she is. And like I said, they be so heartless with it, just that's what I'm saying. Is it the fact that the mom said cut as much as needed to be cut, or is it just that you don't know how to clip ends? But obviously she don't know how to clip ends anyways, and then she disguised the end clipping with her cutting off her hair, and you see that face, she's very upset. But yeah, like I said, this ain't the only client I've seen that she kind of just cut off a little bit too much hair. If I was her, I would go to another client. But when you're young, you really don't have a choice in the matter. And 9 times out of 10, you're just going to be disappointed. And yeah, wondering when you really shouldn't be wondering. People got answers, but you don't have clarity because they choose that for you. They decide that for you. This next one, though, coming up, her right here, she already had her ends clipped. And then she came back in for another clipping. It also depends on how many times you're coming into that shop as well. Because without a doubt, I'm pretty sure they're going to clip your ends every time.